Hey everyone, so as you just saw on the title screen, I went out to Riverton Disc Golf Course and played the white tees, and my goal was to record how to birdie every hole from those tees. So starting off on hole 1, 252 feet, I'm gonna be throwing a verdict here. All you want to do is throw through the two big trees straight ahead of me and land a little bit short so you don't end up skipping into the river behind. I ended up going a little bit long here and took a skip. I actually skipped into the sign that's at my right foot, which kept me up on top of the bank and left me with 20 feet or so. Hole 2, par 3, 272 feet. It's in the short position. I'm going to be throwing a big hyzer here with, I believe, Firebird. So I'm just going to put it up to the right high and let it stall out and fade to the left. And the basket is way down to the left, kind of in the darkness down there at the bottom of a little bit of a ridge. I didn't quite get all the way down the ridge. Here I am at the top, putting down maybe 30 feet. Hole 3, 241 feet. There's a couple gaps off the tee. You can go straight at it, or you can take this left gap. I'm opting for the left gap here with a Firebird forehand. I'm just trying to keep it low and take a skip up to the right. You can see the basket there dead ahead. I didn't quite get the skip. I'm not sure if I hit something on the ground. Stayed about 30 feet away, but we made the putt. Hole 4 is in the long position, 379 feet, par 3. I'm going to be throwing an Avenger SS off the tee. I'm going to throw it on a giant anhyzer angle and force it over into a roller. And I'm hoping to get a bit of a roll forward and then have it finish to the right. The tee is way up past the big trees ahead of me. It's really hard to attack. The wind was really helpful here, but I still ended up short. That was probably a 50, 60 footer for the birdie. Hole 5, par 3, 286 feet. I'm going to go forehand here with a force. I'm just going to try to hang it out way left and take a big skip into the right. The basket's up under the big trees ahead of me. So I don't quite hang it out to the left at all. I kind of throw straight at it. I ended up getting really lucky, and when the disc skipped, I hit that tree on the right and just checked up right under the basket for an easy tap in. Hole 6, par 3, 368 feet. I'm just going to go straight at it here with a getaway. I know if I throw this disc hard and straight, it'll turn over a little bit to the right, and then it'll fade back to the left at the end. Sorry for standing right in the way. There's a bunch of bushes up by the basket. I really don't care if I hit any of them. I'm just trying to get up there. If you hit any of them, you're still left with a 30-footer or less. Hole 7, 297 feet. This hole has a mandatory tree, so that tree right ahead of me with the arrow on it, you need to go to the left of that. I'm going to be throwing a pretty understable truth here. I'm just going to put it up on a anhyzer angle and let it float to the right. There it is. So it's just floating to the right. The basket's way to the right, so forehand is hard to get there. The anhyzer lets it float more. I ended up being parked. Hole 8, 269 feet. I'm going to be throwing a slightly straighter truth here. There's a couple options off the tee. You can actually go big forehand up to the left there, just throw it towards the sky and let it crash into the trees down to the right, but I like the straight gap. Right at it, slight turnover, and it'll come back a little bit at the end. And I actually hit the basket here, that's why I'm making a little silly face there. So I hit the top and skipped off to the left behind the log for a bit of a comebacker. I think it's still only 25 feet away. And hole 9 is in a new position, 267 feet off to the left. So you're kind of tucked into this little cove, and you just want to throw out to the right and then take a skip to the left. There's a couple gaps. You can see there's a wider gap and a gap straight ahead. It really doesn't matter which one you take. You just want to go through it and then get a skip to the left. I ended up a little bit short here, but that's fine. Still 20 feet.